Hey guys, I'm Lydia.
Hi, I'm Jessie.
And I'm Adam. Let's talk Hoya.
Hello everybody, annyeong.
Hello.
Welcome to Let's Talk Hoya podcast. So, we have a new review.
Oh, we do? Is it about me?
It better not be.
If it's not about me, we don't have to read it out loud.
No, it is. I want you to
Skip straight to the episode.
So we don't have a new review to talk about.
Okay, let's see.
Gen F 707, just a good hang. Listening to them makes me feel like I'm there hanging out with them. It's like they are some of my BFFs. They just don't know that, or me. Lydia's laugh, Jesse's plant graveyard journey, and cutting requests. Adam's real approach to his Hoya collection and overall friendliness. And best part of this podcast. Just make you smile and laugh along aside them while listening. Wow. This is really difficult for me to read. I don't know why.
Really? You were like, I'm called for
Hey,
this.
listen, don't be ableist. Literally a good time seems to be had by all podcasters and listeners. As an official Hoya head, this podcast is a must.
I love it.
Thanks, Jen. That was really kind.
Thank you.
Thank you for leaving your review.
Thank you for your review.
Thank you for the wholesome, balanced review.
I invite anyone who wants to make a review to make one. It doesn't have to be about me. But, slightly more appreciated what it is.
So thank you always for leaving us reviews. I know like in the past, whenever people would leave reviews, we wouldn't be able to see the international ones. Like they post, especially on Apple, they post by region. And we used to be able to see them on a place called Chartable, but Chartable tanked. And so now we can't see them. So if you're leaving us a review internationally, we still thank you immensely. I don't know how to see the review. If somebody knows, let me know, because I used to really enjoy reading those.
Hey, maybe there's where all the reviews that mention you are.
Yeah. All your Korean fans.
Yeah. All our international fans.
Haseyo.
That was good.
Thank you. That's the only thing I didn't know.
That was good that you even remember the honorific.
But wait. Haseyo.
Yes, you have to put your hand over your belly button.
Belly button.
Wow, your belly button's high. It's like where your sternum is.
No, it's not.
I don't
That's
have
where
a
your belly button is?
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn, okay.
Annyeong. Haseyo.
Yes.
Okay.
Good job.
That was today's Korean lesson.
For somebody older than you. What if I said it to someone that's younger than me, though?
But you still use honorifics if you don't know them.
Okay.
Regardless of age.
Oh, so yeah. Okay.
Because, I mean, you wouldn't know how old they are. You know?
Yeah.
But even if it's like a kid sometimes, because you just want to stay respectful. Mm-hmm. So, anyway, thank you for the review. Today, we're going to talk about Hoya crassipetiolata.
Crassy. Ooh, this Hoya is a bitch to spell.
I'm going to say.
Every time.
You could have stopped at the B word because I have personal beef with Hoya crassipetiolata.
You do.
Personal.
Yeah.
Well, you want to, should we go on a journey and you want to tell us about it? I mean,
you air this beef?
No, it's okay. Personally, my beef with crassipetiolata is it looks like one of those Hoya that's just like easy, like breezy, beautiful. Vamonos.
Cover girl.
She's gorgeous. Like if you've seen crassipetiolata, she's gorgeous. She's splashy. She's got, medium-sized leaves. Everything great. And I used to have one.
You said a lot of things.
And it died in like this like slow death. And I kept taking cuttings, hoping I could root them, hoping I could save her. And she just kept dying, even though I gave her all of the effort into my heart. Yeah. So I feel like crassipetiolata has beef with me. Therefore, I have beef with her.
See, I was going to come on today and be like, this is a very beginner-friendly, excellent Hoya for any Hoya lover.
I think it is, though. Jesse, when yours was dying, where were the leaves turning yellow?
Or were they already yellow? Did it have leaves?
It had leaves. I don't remember.
Okay.
It's been a while.
Mine was like absolutely covered in flat mites. And so when it was, because it was very beginner friendly. Like I treated that thing like crap. But then there just became a point where it had so much flat mites that that's when it started turning yellow and leaves were dropping. And I was like, something's up. So in that case, you're just screwed. But yeah.
Maybe. I haven't had it since before I knew flat mites were a thing. So maybe that was it. But now we have beef.
We've got beef.
Dang.
Anyway, continue.
Yeah, but Hoya, okay, so Hoya crassipetiolata, I was trying to open the,
Yes.
it opened. It wasn't, I didn't just download
a
virus onto my iPad. It opened. So Hoya crassipetiolata, when I was looking at the information for it, two things that I found super interesting. For some reason in my mind, I was like, I bet Hoya crassipetiolata has been around for a really long time. And possibly it has, but the first publication for it didn't come out until 2017. Wow. And then the time that they actually got a specimen for it for like scientific purposes was in like 2016, which is pretty recent. It wasn't even that long ago.
But isn't that kind of normal for like most publishing? Like most Hoya, the publishing takes a while.
It like could be, but then I don't know. For some reason, like in my mind, like crassipetiolata is like a classic Hoya that you see like at the garden centers and stuff like that. And so I thought like for some reason it would be like the verticillata or, you know, like the ones that have been published like a long time ago or like a lacunosa or something like that. Yeah. And I was like, that's interesting that it literally was just published in 2017, but it might have been around way before that. And, you know, I don't know because I haven't been collecting, but I thought that was really interesting. And then I didn't know that this species is native to Vietnam.
That's interesting. I wouldn't have expected that.
Yeah.
I was, for some reason in my mind, I was thinking like our usual places like Thailand, Indonesia type of situation. But nope, this one grows. It's native to Vietnam, also found in Cambodia. In some instances, we're actually able to find the publication for this. So there'll be a show notes with the publication linked if you're interested. It's actually a really interesting article. I haven't had a chance to read all of it because we literally just opened it right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lydia.
It takes forever to open. So.
Lydia
It does take a long time to open. But
I wonder if we can screenshot it and just post that.
Oh yeah, just the crassipetiolata.
Rather than letting people...
We could do that. And
you are the best part of this podcast.
No, I'm just looking for simplicity.
Guys, let me tell you.
Because I restarted this open like 3 times and it won't.
I don't have the
and I'm
patience,
just like,
yeah, you have to just let it sit. You can't restart it. But anyway, there's like 22 other Hoya in this publication. If you could open it and see it, like you'd be able to.
wow.
But a super interesting publication. I think the funniest thing is a follow-up to what Jesse said, how it's like really difficult and such, but literally in the publication it says this species is easily cultivated and may be recommended as a fast-growing ornamental plant. So the scientists have scienced and said that, you know, you should have no issue growing this plant. So I'm just saying.
I'm just saying.
Nothing against you, but you know.
Yeah.
In my experience, it was a fast-growing Hoya.
Yeah, very fast-growing, very easy, fuss-free, does its thing. But interesting notes about this Hoya is, like I was literally, Adam and I were just talking about this, how there's the Hoya hanianensis, which looks literally like the green version of Hoya crassipetiolata, and it literally says that it's rather similar in leaf and flower morphology to Hoya hanianensis, and they also think that it's very similar or close to Hoya verticillata acuta parasitica.
And this just says too in the notes that the flower structure is very similar to pachyclata.
And if you look at the flowers, really, they do look very, very similar to pachyclata flowers. I feel like there's like less flowers in the umbel. Oh my gosh, but I have one.
You do.
And it's like finally grow. It did nothing for the longest time. It's finally growing and it's quite beautiful. I kind of love it.
See, maybe when I see April's, when we're in her greenhouse, I'm like, that is gorgeous. But I just don't know if that would translate in my home.
See, I'm not going to put on a trellis or anything and I'm just going to let it go.
Hang. Okay, cute.
And I think that might be cute.
Yeah.
Because it gets those like big like umbels of flowers on it. So it kind of reminds me of like how compacta goes. Like it like grows and you have these like little umbels.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have a peduncle or anything, but you know,
will.
That's my thought.
Okay.
Yeah, if it's as easy to... Oh, no, that was a different Hoya. Well, if it's as easy to grow as I say it is,
She
you
was
will.
ready.
Sorry.
Oh.
I did disclaimer my beef at the beginning of the episode.
My cressy never flowered for me though.
Same. I still have one.
Okay.
And never had a single peduncle. I still to this day do not have a peduncle on mine.
And when you're talking about the splash, right?
Yes, I have the
Have you
crassipetiolata
ever-
with splash.
Have you ever had like the green form?
I've never actually owned a green one. At one point in my Hoya journey, I had the Hoya hanianensis.
Yeah.
I found one at like a random local garden store or something. Because you know how like that one, I feel like you can just find them randomly in places. I remember finding one of those and having one of those at one point. But no, I've never had a green version of Hoya crassipetiolata. So I don't know if there's a difference. But remember Hoya crassipetiolata, I feel like has been on a journey. Remember when there was the silver and the splash craze?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Back when like the Hoya craze first started, and it still feels wild to me because now you could get like a node of a cutting of crassipetiolata splash for like $5. But back then when it first came out, I remember a single node was $1,000. Do you guys remember that?
I do not.
No.
I got mine from you.
It was
I think
literally back in the day, the first time. And the price actually took a while because I feel like it hasn't been until like the last couple of years where once prices are high and something hits the market that it comes down really quickly. Like there was a time where the price would be high and it would stay there for like a year before it came down. But I think the market wasn't as saturated, you know? But there were literally times.
I have in front of me where you, me, and my sister bid on a Hoya Crassi that was being auctioned for a donation thing. And my sister, I'm sure in our name, bid $50 for it. And it had 15 minutes left. And the current price was $200 for a single node cut.
Do you have a date on that?
What was the date?
July 3rd, 2021.
Dang.
So it's even like before that where it was super expensive.
Yeah,
I think
'cause I
that's
feel
when
like
it
that
started
wasn't,
coming
like-
down a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, that's probably why we bid, because it was cheaper than we'd seen it.
Yeah.
Dang, serpents used to be $100. Fuaensis, a one node cutting used to be $75. Okay, crassipetiolata splash. One node, $155.
And that's probably not like
Now,
at the height.
is this a controversial statement that I don't think any Hoya cutting should ever be sold for over $10 or $15? Cutting. I'm not saying rooted. I'm saying just a cutting.
I say there are Hoya where it is justified for it to be up to $1,000.
Okay, now wrestle. Up to a what? Up to how much?
Like $1,000.
I guess I
A
could.
cutting? Sorry.
No.
Jody Silver has never gone down in price.
No, because people struggle like hell.
People can't
to
keep
grow
it alive.
Yeah.
It's a very difficult plant to grow, and it's never come down in price.
So when you set something with a price point like that, what is it doing? It's weeding out the people who are just grabbing it and not treating it seriously, I guess. It is only going to attract like people who are, I don't know, but still, that just seems like so much. You're right, though. There are times I shouldn't, that like harsh generalizations in any part of our existence are bad. So not all Hoya cutting should go for that. It's just, fast growing Hoya. Like, I don't know. I just want to share everything. Everyone can just share.
I mean, yeah, and that's all it is. It's our thoughts and opinions. I can see that argument for a majority of Hoya. I can also see that some have such a difficulty to keep alive level that nobody should be selling me cuttings of rare Hoyas.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really just think it depends. Like another Hoya, for example, that I feel like has really not dropped in price is Hoya corimbosa.
Corimbosa.
Because corimbosa, I feel like people say is a very challenging Hoya to grow.
Really?
Mm-hmm. That's what I hear.
There's somebody I follow on Instagram. I think it was Pacific Northwest Plant Lady. She recently lost her pup. But her corimbosa bloomed in her prop box afterwards, and it was like there was some attachment with the pup and the corimbosa. But then I was like, oh, that's it. I remember us talking about the corimbosa in a publication and thinking, oh, that looks like a really cool shingle, like a really pretty Hoya.
Yeah, this one, I mean, for the size, it's a pretty good sized one, $200.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still not one that's ever really gone down in price. Like it's stayed very consistent in price. And I think it's because people just have a hard time with it. It's just a very challenging plant to grow, you know? So like there's like some aspect in my mind of like if it's a very challenging plant to grow, the person who's growing it has gone to some length to take care of that plant. And so there's like some justification behind it, I guess.
Yeah.
It's just like some capacity. I don't know. But that's
You're
just
right.
my
I mean,
thought.
it was an ignorant statement from my point of view.
No,
but I guess I should say that crassipetiolata splash, I feel like that one, or crassipetiolata, you really shouldn't be spending over $15 on a cutting, not rooted.
It used to be such an expensive plant. But I think at that time, really, there weren't a lot of people who had a lot of things. Or things were going very quickly and it was hard to get your hands on things too, which also drove up the market, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But very expensive. It was very expensive for a very long time. But now I feel like it's one of those like, you know, there's like those classic beginner Hoya, like that you can get relatively cheap and it grows very well and easily, like a carnosa or a lacanosa. And I feel like a crassipetiolata has easily become in that category of like, you're a beginner, you have a plant that you want to try, like a Hoya that you want to try. Something that's splashy, grows really easily, try a Hoya crassipetiolata, you know?
Yeah, and even if you don't care about the splash, the regular green form has beautiful veins too. Like it's just like, and all those other ones, easy ones you listed are beautiful too, but like this one is just like, it gives a little show, I think.
It is really pretty. Yeah.
Gorgeous on a trellis.
And I've had mine for a really long time. Because I've had mine for at least like 4-ish years. That's when everyone was getting flat mites, you know? And the 2 leaves that I started out with are still on that plant with flat mite damage on the bottom.
That's wild.
From back in that time.
I kind of
had gotten it.
That. And when you have plants like that, where you just have that.
And it's almost like a little bit of an era of Hoya history when everybody
it's like your belt that
was
shows
going
your notches,
through,
you know?
like, you know, like
that used to be
the
me
Hoya
with
era,
Vecna.
the Hoya flat mite era.
Yes. Out of the 3 different varieties of crassipetiolata, green form, splash, variegated, F, marry, kill.
Kill green form. Mary variegated and
have a little fun with the sparkle. Yeah, I'm with it. I would say
same.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
Okay.
Immediately kill the green form.
Kill the green form. I love the variegated version. I've never had it, but I love it because of the variegation pattern looking so akin to like the
Astralis
elliptica.
Oh, okay.
And Astralis, like the watercolor.
Watercolor,
type.
yes.
I know there's probably a better technical term for that, but at least when I say it, we all know what we're talking about.
Because that's exactly what it looks like when you see someone who's done a watercolor painting and you see like how like the colors kind of
the shading.
Yes, that's exactly what it looks like though.
And I would like that eventually at some point. I'll probably find it one day, but.
So Jessie lovingly shared her experience with Hoya crassipetiolata. What about everybody else? I guess there's only 3 of us in here. So Adam,
I kept mine in a 3.5 inch net pot, the small ones in that white plastic like IKEA outer pot, cover pot for its whole existence. And I remember I restarted it a couple times because of flat mites, but it always filled up a circle trellis beautifully, like absolutely beautifully, grew like a champ. I think it just became really, for me, that Hoya became so compact around that trellis, it was really difficult to treat, and it was really infected with some mites, and I was just, having a day.
Yeah.
And I had my scissors and I went. I do think I just took a cutting of it to restart that one. But all in all, I had it under grow lights the whole time. It grew beautifully, never flowered, was often completely dry and abused, and still put on a show. Thing. Yeah, it did. The splash one did. And I love that you said that about the leaves, because I'm thinking back to like when I had restarted it the first time. I think the original leaves from your cutting were on it. Like I think that one just kind of like
they stay for a long. Like
yeah,
I've really not lost any leaves,
which is pretty indicative of Hoya compared to aeroids. Like as aeroids will lose the older leaves, but the Hoya is kind of, I don't know, interesting.
Yeah. No, 100%.
I felt it was pretty easy though. I don't know. All things considered. How about you?
Yeah, I still have mine.
Yeah.
And I've ebbed and flowed with like, do I want to keep this? Do I not want to keep it? And so because of that, I haven't repotted it like at all since I put it into one of those Melfo pots.
Oh, it's in a Melfo.
But I took it, it still has the inner part of the Melfo because it fit perfectly into this really pretty like ceramic pot with like a little gold dip on the bottom, like perfectly. And I can fill it up more because it's a kind of a tall pot, so it has a little bit more of a reservoir. Too. And then it doesn't dry out because it doesn't have the holes. So I just put it in there as like a last ditch effort like a couple of years ago. And it still grows in there. And the roots are crazy in that pot. Like they wrap around inside of the pot.
Wow. It's wild. It's, that was one I did used to cut the roots off.
And they're just like going crazy, and she still grows beautifully. And I remember putting that on a circle trellis because I had seen yours and I was like, that's really pretty. And so I decided to put mine on a circle trellis, and I don't do anything really for this plant, and I don't know when I'm going to uppot it. Never. And she's just doing her thing. She's growing and she just goes, and very fuss free, happy. So there's not much that I can say about this plant. She just grows in pond.
I cannot believe
grows
it's still
really well
in a Melfo pot.
And the roots are literally insane. And she's still growing. So at this point, I'm like, I just can't be bothered, and she's growing well. So,
Oof.
Guys, I'm looking at pictures of them on Instagram, and I feel like I really need one in my collection again.
You know what I literally thought today? I have one that's propagated already and like in a little pot. And I was like, oh, I bet Jesse and Adam don't have this anymore. I should just bring it and see if anybody wants it.
Fired.
And then I was like, Jesse would take it and it would die.
You just said it was fine to let plants die with me last week.
It would die slowly.
Quickly.
I often think about what Hoya like the Crassy Splash and like the Australis Lisa, what they would look like if they were like as big as that Carnosa over there with a big trellis that's like 6 feet tall. Could you imagine like a Crassy filling up an entire pot? I think
the splashy one would be like a mirror ball, probably.
Sometimes I was like, I wish I had the patience to grow out a Hoya that long.
But you do.
Okay, this one. Yeah. Okay, but okay.
You wish you had the patience again.
Yeah.
It legit looks like it came out of a botanical garden.
The space, I guess. Because that one's also not that great. I think I need to, when it gets cooler, I can take it outside and soak it down.
Mm-hmm. But you don't need this table. You could just put more Hoyas in.
Yeah. I do think a big huge trellis just covered in crassy would be gorgeous.
Yeah.
The splash one.
But it grows really easily. But mine's never bloomed. I've never even seen a peduncle on mine ever. So
I was just looking at blooms.
Can I see that?
But it's supposed to be fragrant.
They're so cute. They
So
have like
there's
a
some
that's
kind of
from Kevin.
scent.
inside pink.
Hakuna La Planta.
Oh, cute.
They do look very similar to verticillata though. Like if I would just have saw a flower, but I would have said that's a verticillata.
Yeah, 100%. But very easy fuss-free plant. I think it's gorgeous. Do I want the variegated one? There are different plants that I would even rather have than a variegated one. But if the opportunity presents itself, I wouldn't say no. It's a very gorgeous plant. But I don't have like this like huge desire to be like, oh, I have to have that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't think I feel that about.
I know that's
A
true
lot of
because you haven't
plants.
approached me about splitting one. Because when Lydia really wants a plant, she'll be like, we could split it.
We could split it.
And I'll be like, well, I'm just going to kill mine. But
Yeah.
But I've been like finding little joys in just like going to like a little plant nursery and just getting a plant. Now I have all of these non-Hoya plants.
Yeah.
So I said this last time, but I deemed the office as all the Hoya go in here. And then the
That's
rest of
Hoya
the
land.
house can have all the other types of plants.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to crassipetiolata. Okay, but I need to see a picture of a variegated one again real quick.
Now the prices for the crassy have come down.
what is it looking at
substantially.
right now?
Oh my God, it's
$10,
beautiful.
$15. Okay. Yeah. It
For a
seems like-
variegated one?
No. Oh no.
Oh.
This is just regular.
It's gorgeous though.
The variegated one. Oh, the variegated one is so pretty. It's very, very similar to elliptica, I feel.
So for like a one node cutting of a variegated crassipetiolata, like smaller leaves, is about like $95. Oh, you know the newest thing that I've been seeing though
What?
is there's a Hoya crassipetiolata and Michelle that have been crossed, and there's a stable version of it, and it's kind of gorgeous. Mikel, not Michelle.
Oh,
Hoya Mikel
so it's
and
almost
Hoya
like-
crassipetiolata.
It's just like a bigger
It's
crossy.
marbled. It looks like, almost like the heart-shaped leaf, the hydraceum that's like variegated. The pattern of that leaf. You know what I'm saying? Like
Uh-huh.
I'm going to Google it.
The
heart-shaped
yes,
philodendron.
yes.
I literally have that. Okay, let me tell you something non-Hoya related. Okay.
Okay,
That
but no, I need to
philodendron.
know the name first. It's-
Philodendron heteroecium.
Yeah, heteroecium.
Variegated.
Oh, okay. I was thinking the ones that I went to Home Depot to pick up once. It looks mosaic. What is it? I was thinking something else. Never mind. Not a spark. Go ahead.
Okay, remember like 2-ish years ago you went to DC, Adam?
Mm-hmm.
And there was someone who brought me a cutting or gave me a cutting of the variegated heteroecium. And I've had it this whole time. I potted it into a pot and I left it in soil. And it sat in a window that was, like maybe west facing. It never got like direct sunlight. And it grew, but it never seemed like super happy or anything like that. And so my bathroom now has a window.
Mm-hmm.
And it gets sun all day long, like the most immaculate sunlight you could possibly imagine. So I put it on the ledge in that bathroom, and the leaves that I was getting before were maybe like the size of like a US dollar coin, maybe.
Yeah.
And they were beautiful in pattern and everything, but they were very big. I am getting leaves the size of literal baseballs, like
Dang.
the palm of my hand, since I have moved into this house, which has been a month.
Wow.
And there are like 5 new vines starting everywhere, and they are size of the palm of my leaf. And the variegation on this plant is clearly living its best life, and it's beautiful.
That is so, it likes the
So,
light.
I want to see a picture of that.
I guess it
The
does.
leaves.
So now I'm like, so this is what you're capable of, and this is what you were doing to me all of this time.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So anyway, I know it's a Hoya podcast, but I just had to share it because I got very excited about it. Because every morning now I look at it after I wake up and I'm like, you're so happy.
No, it is something special when you finally find that, like, you find the right spot for those plants.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, the
it makes sense. Oh,
the
sorry.
Mikkel and Hoya crassipetiolata, and I guess there's a stable version, and it's just so splashy. And it literally, so Mikkel has like those like rounder leaves, and it reminds me of a Mikkel splash if the leaf shape were a crassipetiolata. That's literally what it reminds me of. And it's beautiful. That is all.
I don't know. I'm definitely not saying this right, but in Vietnam, there is a larger city called Hanoi. And then there's also an island, Hainan. So I think that's where the Hananensis came from. I'm guessing. Because that's how it's spelled, right?
Uh-huh.
But do we think that that's just like a wild cross that happened? Because they're both in the same exact area and they look so similar.
You know,
But I
don't know
Hananensis
anything
flower is
about
like.
this Hoya. But when I look at people, they put in parentheses AH clone. So I'm almost wondering if it's something that was crossed by AH Hoya. That is just my assumption. I'm not 100% sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like we're sufficiently made me want to have a crassipetiolata again. The splash.
Looks at me.
But I would rather have a variegated version.
Yeah.
So if we ever want to go splitsies on one of those.
Oh, she really
Wait.
wants it.
Okay, but $95 divided by 3 is some number in the 30s.
Yeah, like 31.
Adam
30.
grows it. Okay, but hear me
No,
out.
but see, the thing is, I feel like I've been in charge of these before and I haven't passed out the stuff and no one's reminded me. Like the Archboldiana.
I can grow it too. Okay, but hear me out. You put on a trellis, a splashy one and a variegated one together. Safe space.
Yeah.
No?
I don't know with that one. I don't think.
Okay.
But I do love I love putting the regular
Yeah.
with the variegated.
I wonder if there's going to be an outer variegated crassipetiolata.
Probably.
That variegation on that one looks pretty like like it doesn't look like it's an inner or an outer. It kind of just looks all over random. I don't know if that's a thing or not.
She's Googling it to make sure it doesn't exist.
Google says no. Anyway, Hoya crassipetiolata. I would say, because I've never had the variegated version before, if you want a very nice, stable, easy growing Hoya, the green or the splashy Hoya crassipetiolata are good contenders and they grow very easily. So that would be my recommendation.
And also my recommendation. What about you, Jesse?
My recommendation, as per usual, is Zoet.
Zoet. Okay.
But if you do Zoet, make sure Adam is nearby and has a backup for you.
Right. No, because I don't have it. I am interested in hearing your guys' journey with the flowers of this Hoya. So if you've gotten this to flower, obviously Kevin Hukuna La Planta did. What's your tricks? Give us all the tips. But head over to Instagram. We're at Let's.Talk Hoya. And you can tag us in stories, chat with us over there. And you can also follow all of your hosts individually. I am at NotDude.
I'm at thegreenplant.az.
And I'm at Perritos y Plants. Adios.
Annyeong.
Bye.